It's a beautiful spring day for a long walk here in the high country. And in the past few months, I have been testing out a series of day packs that kind of fits perfectly with that name. And it's what I have on today, the Vertx Long Walks series of packs. This is the 28 liter version. My wife and I have swapped back and forth with the 15 smaller liter version. And now, having had some time with it, we're going to unpack what these packs have and really highlight especially some really unique features that really well-established brands in the hiking space don't regularly integrate into their packs. It's just shocking to me and refreshing that Vertx is, but also some kind of interesting wonky stuff with the designs that you'll have to mod or overcome in order to get the full potential out of these bags. And so we're gonna have some fun today, really unpacking and exploring what the Long Walk series brings to the table and whether or not you should strap it to your back and carry your gear on the next long walk you have planned as the snows melt and the warmer weather comes on in. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Aaron. This is Gideonstactical. Let's dive in. So straight away, one of the design features that I really appreciate are these tandem shoulder strap pockets. You're gonna get them on both the smaller and larger designs, and they are excellent for quick acquisition of pieces of equipment, especially things like bear spray or pepper spray. I know the smaller bear spray canisters can easily fit in there. I'm not quite sure about the full size, like 14 or 16 ounces. But my smaller ones, perfect for that. And for someone who hikes all the time in the Rocky Mountains, it's excellent to have that as just a quick feature. And you see this sometimes on like multi-day backpacking packs or like runner packs, but it's pretty unusual to find them on day packs like the Long Walk series. Now, every day pack has to thread the needle of being structured and giving you some form of load-bearing capability while being able to cut weight. You know, the heavier your bag is, maybe the less you feel like going on a long walk, or, you know, you have to cut that long walk short. Well, these are semi-rigid, so they have a polymer insert backer giving you good structure and load-bearing capability for a day pack, but for their literage, they're actually relatively lightweight, with the 28 liter coming in at under 2 pounds and the 15 liter coming in under 1.5 pounds. Now, the Yoke system itself is well designed with some mesh and good density to be able to carry loads like I have on today, which is about 18 pounds with my water, med kit, survival kit, and some camera gear, and my jacket and a few other things. I probably wouldn't go much over 20 pounds just for the way it's designed, but there's no weird rubbing. It really supports that well. And then the back is going to have mesh with the nylon channels for a little extra breathability, and then a removable thin belly strap for maybe cinching down when you're snowboarding or mountain biking, things like that. But for most scenarios, when I'm hiking, I just take it off completely. Also, the ladder tier system of sternum strap, which I way prefer over the sliding tracks. Sliding tracks tend to kind of shift and pivot. These stay right where you want them, and there are several to fit my large size body. I'm 6'2", wear a large size t-shirt. You can see right across the sternum right there. I still have one or two tiers left. Now, there's one feature that is lacking on the smaller version that the larger has integrated that could be make or break, but I do want to invite you guys to like and subscribe. Make sure and hit the bell icon so you can be notified every week when I put up new content just like this. And I want to thank today's sponsor, which is LA Police Gear, and that's where I got these packs through. And they have just been an excellent resource for years now, for myself, for many of you in the Gideonstactical crew, because they carry so many well-established brands as well as their own LA Police Gear series of gear, packs, apparel, all that. And so I'm gonna have a link in the description box below along with my 10% off promo code. And they have sales all the time. But if throughout this video you feel like the Long Walk series, whichever model makes sense, I encourage you guys to go check them out. Check out all the different types of gear and equipment that they carry and score yourself a little extra scratch with that promo code if you decide to pull the trigger on these bags. Now, outside of literage, there's one other major difference between the 15 and 28 liter that for some of you may be a non-starter depending on what you prefer. The 28 liter has exterior mesh water bottle pockets that can easily handle any type of 32 ounce or even 48 ounce Nalgene or smaller. The 15 liter does not. It has no exterior water bottle pocket. So it is designed to be high speed, low drag, and really slim. So if you want hydration, your option is either just to throw your water bottle in the main compartment and let it hang around in there, or you're gonna have to use a water bladder. Now, the 15 liter has the little adapter loop that can go through your water bladder. It'll easily handle up to 100, as will the 28. Has a nice ambidextrous port and good attachment points. I have my hose here on my hard side, exterior water bladder or a water bottle adapter, which is what I prefer, but that is something to note. So in my opinion, probably in most scenarios, the 15 liter is better suited, maybe if you're doing like trail running, mountain biking, a lot like snowboarding, skiing, those type of things where having a water bottle on the exterior of your pack just doesn't make a lot of sense, and you prefer the streamlined feature. For me, in most scenarios, I want to have that extra space to have a water bottle or have maybe like my tripod or something else in that spare water bottle pocket. But leave a comment below, is that something that's a necessity for you or not? Now, one feature that brings a lot of value to any day pack is an exterior mesh stuff pocket. I hate it when day packs just have dead space back there or like shock cord. I mean, at any moment you could lose whatever you tried to strap to the back of your bag that way. Well, these have oversized stuff pockets that will easily be able to handle a full-size raincoat, windbreaker, and a beanie without any trouble. Now, one problem that I struggle with as a larger dude, being 6'2" with a long torso, I measure right around 21 to 21 and a half inches, is that a lot of day packs end up looking like baby packs on me. Little baby packs. And they just, feel kind of small and short because they tend to be like 17 to 18 inches long. That is not the case, and that is what got me really excited about these long walk packs, is that the 28 liter is 22 and a half inches tall or long, and the 15 liter is 21 and a half. So both fit my long torso very nicely while still adapting well to my wife, who's a lot smaller and has a height of about 5'6". Now, before we get to the main compartment, which is extremely adaptive, but it's going to cost you, is the other exterior pocket. You have one kind of shallow pocket. It's going to have a key keeper in there, which is always nice. I always appreciate that. My keys are literally hanging on it right now. And it's going to have one strip of Velcro across, so you can just use it as a dump pocket if you want, but that Velcro strip allows you to use Vertx's Tactigami or any other company's, like organizer strips, so that you could put flashlights, multi-tools, pocket knives, that type of stuff, or mesh pockets for better organization, whatever you want in there, and you can kind of organize that pocket a little bit better, which is a nice touch to have in a smaller exterior pocket. Now, here's where things really get interesting. On the main compartment, we gain access through two YKK zippers, good pulls, and it goes down about 3/4 of the way, making it very easy to gain access to, the main compartment there. Now, there is no organization in the main compartment of either pack, regardless of what the size, because they have given you a giant panel of hook and loop that goes the entire length of the main compartment so that you can customize with, again, their Tactigami or just about every well-known, tactical gear manufacturer now has hook and loop designed organizers and pouches and molly walls and all that. But that's really what it's designed to. So you can dial it in specifically to your needs. Now, on one level, that's amazing because then you can, attach your med kit up high and it doesn't fall to the bottom, and, you can attach some rip away, emergency bag in this location and do that type of stuff. And I love that. That is super cool. And there's a lot of value in that, I see, especially on the larger pack where I usually run my water bottle on the exterior. For the 15 liter, because both are designed with no water bladder sleeve. The water bladder, if you're going to run one, is just going to cover that entire hook and loop panel. And it's going to be really tough for you to try and wedge in some sort, especially on the 15 liter, some sort of organizer pocket. So if you are going to run water bladders, it basically almost eliminates the benefit of the hook and loop paneled wall. You can get a few little things here and there, and especially on the larger one, and depending on the size of water bladder, if you did like a 70 liter, you might be able to get like a med kit is what I've been able to do, is kind of like wedge it on the side of the 15 liter. But I really feel like that was a little bit of a miss, and they should have given you a hydration sleeve on the inside of the bag so that you could run your bladder and then have the hook and loop on the exterior. So you could still organize and have your rip away hook and loop gear, and it wouldn't have detracted from that. So it's a double-edged sword. If you like bladders, you're not really gonna get a lot of organization and value out of this pack. If you don't run bladders very often, it could be very beneficial for customization. And there is one added capability. Vertx offers level 3A ballistic armor plates that are cut for these packs. You can do that. I've never put ballistic armor into backpacks, but leave a comment below. I'd love to know those of you who do that and what environments you see value in that feature. When it comes to the like ride, the carry, you know, all that, these are absolutely on par with any of the Ospreys and, you know, Gregory's and, you know, Camelback that I have tested over the years. Easily can carry loads. 15 liter, perfect for quick trips, workouts, exercises, you know, action sports. And then the 28 is definitely when you're the pack mule and you got to carry all your gear. You know, I've definitely done a full day hike with water and med kits and survival kits and, you know, camera gear and all that. No problem. They would easily do it again. And you're definitely going to see these packs being used throughout this summer because we are getting a lot of value out of them as a family. So definitely a very, very good option, and has some features, as we've highlighted, that just other companies don't seem to do, or maybe they have one, but not all the rest. So it'll be up to you guys to determine, and I would love to hear your thoughts, particularly if you already own a long walk. How has it been performing for you for the long haul? Always appreciate your guys' feedback, but definitely a viable option for day hiking this summer as we get into the warmer months. Or just using it as a, you know, EDC, build out a go bag, whatever it may be. So appreciate you guys spending the time. I hope it's been fun, entertaining, and giving you the data you need so you can make a wise choice on whether or not these packs are worth putting in rotation or not. Check out the other videos, subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, always remember to stay equipped, stay prepared. I'll see you out there.